No, it's funny because I asked if you wanted to do a happy episode or a sad episode.
Yeah.
And you said you have no happy ones, so I guess.
I mean, they're not. It's not like they're not all horrible. I guess is what you should take away, because some people I'm still friends with, but
yeah,
there's some eyebrow raisers in there. You know, people at home are gonna be like, "Wow, this is on YouTube." Like,
well, as people are watching now, because that's Abby Stassen.
Stassen,
I said. You know what? I was gonna say Stassen. I don't know why I said. Oh, because I think I was thinking about it beforehand, so I was thinking about the wrong way to say it.
Yeah, it gets mispronounced a lot.
Yeah.
It's a hard A. We're in America, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah. Die hard A. Cool, so welcome to the worst intro of all time. What's up? How's your day?
Oh, well, it was super. I had a bombshell of a week though for you, and I was like, no, it's something to talk about in the fort.
Yeah.
Yay! But this guy I dated like I guess 3 times for like several months at a time. So over the course of it, I guess it would be like a year and a half. He broke up with me like 9 or 10 months ago, and told me that like this was I used to work as a dog walker / like trainer, and at one point I was trying to start my own company, and then I got really badly injured in this past winter, and I kind of returned to activity too soon, and then injured like the other side of my body. So like so I had to stop dog walking, and I was like, I always wanted to do stand up. Like I need to start doing this, and I was really happy like when I started because I liked everybody a lot. And he dumped me on July 31st and said that like a big part of the reason was he felt like I was adrift, and like I should look for like it's nice that I comedy as a hobby, but I should look for a real job. Yeah, and basically like not supportive, like I couldn't make it. And so the next day, right after he dumped me, and the best part too is like he kind of started to dump me over text and stopped. I couldn't get a hold of him for a couple hours. Then like called me, and I was like, what were you doing? He's like, oh, I was getting drinks with somebody else. So he started to dump me, had a date with somebody else, and came over to finish dumping me. Yeah, but so the next day I actually rewrote all my jokes as one-liners after he did this. The first thing I did was go to Kohl's and tell everyone there about it. Yeah,
That's what I did.
Yeah, they were awesome too. Everybody was awesome. Dave Snowfolk was awesome. Anne Root was awesome. They were all like, oh, that guy sucks, but I mean, yeah, have a beer. But yeah, and then the next day I rewrote all my jokes as one-liners, and I finally got laughs the first time, and that was when it started to work for me. Yeah, and so that was kind of a happy story of that. But I've just been thinking about him a lot lately, and I was like, I kind of miss him. I feel like I'm in a different place now than I was before. So I just like shot him an email to say hi, and he like responded immediately and like wanted to like go out that night. And so we had like 2 dates over the past week, and then 2 days ago he asked me out for Friday night, and I was like, okay, sure. And then like 4 or 5 hours later he texts me and he's like, is there any way we could do Saturday instead? It's supposed to be really nice out in like beach weather. And it's like, he knows I love the beach, but don't tempt me with the beach. Like I go there myself, And so I was like, this feels familiar and shitty.
Oh no.
I was like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna call him out. So I called him to hear his voice. I was like, so what happened to Friday? Why isn't Friday good anymore? And he's like, I was just seeing if you were flexible with the dates. And I was like, no, were you trying to rearrange this so you could go on a date with somebody else on Friday? And he's like, yeah.
Oh my god, this guy.
Yeah,
he must have a Google Calendar that he's just.
And I was like, are you dating anybody else? And he's like, yeah, I've been seeing somebody else for several weeks. And I was like, well, I told you how I felt about you, like, before when we broke up, and that doesn't really go away, like, the fact that I love you, so I don't really. And you're like, what? Did you see this going anywhere? He was like, oh, no, not really. I guess my feelings haven't really changed. I was like, what the hell? And so I was just like, you know what? Like, I don't want to do this again. Yeah. Like, you're an idiot. And so, I mean, I'm glad I called him out on his bullshit the first time it happened, but it was also just like, God, like, these guys are gonna change. He was just kind of like a compulsive, like, womanizer. He had, like, an OkCupid account. He just knew way too much about, like, how to use OkCupid to his advantage, and like, I mean, I don't know, it was always like he would withhold information basically. is how he'd do it. And like, he would never say anything definitive about the relationship, but based on the amount of time we're spending together and stuff, it's like I wouldn't really be dating somebody else if I was doing it. And so it always came down to like, well, he's like, oh, I don't really like feel like that much of a spark between us. So I was like, you dated me like 3 times.
So yeah, so he wasn't like a liar. He was like an omitter.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but that was
conveniently got away with.
Well, that was what we could fall back on was, oh, I never said anything, I never promised anything. But it's like, well, and a lot of people, it's like, if their actions, a lot of people like say stuff like, oh, like I really like you, da da da, and their actions don't match up. But with him, it was the opposite. His actions all said that he liked me a lot, but he never said anything.
Right.
And so it was like couldn't really pin him down. I don't know. He's good at it. He's still out there.
Yeah, it sounds like ladies watch out.
Yeah, watch out. Yeah, but
you want to just say his personal information right now on camera?
No, I believe the universe will get him. But yeah,
the universe.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like. But yeah, I had that on Thursday, and it was just really upsetting because I was so excited. It seemed like he'd matured and gotten past that, and I was like, "You're also just very like, bad at this."
Yeah.
Too, like that was really obvious, and I was almost more upset that he was so bad at that.
That sucks.
Yeah, nah, but I mean,
now you're here in the fort.
I know. I'm so excited to be in the fort, the first lady, breaking barriers.
Yeah, it's Billie Jean Kinging it up. So, where'd you meet this guy?
OkCupid.
Okay, you do a lot of that, OkCupid?
I've tried pretty much all the dating websites, and it was really because, I've always just been before I used to be way shyer than I am now, but I used to be like very, very shy, and it was hard for me to, approach people or meet new people, so I had like more than one therapist recommend it, and I was like, try online, I guess, but I think eHarmony was the worst, because they don't, like they make you take this personality test, but then you can't like retake it later.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like...
eHarmony to me seems like a website for people who have sex between a sheet.
Yeah.
or like a sheet between them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, it's just that old guy. I always feel like he's going to give me communion after, after he matches me up.
Yeah, they're all like, and they pick the matches, so you don't get to see who else is on there, and they match you, and so one guy that they matched me with was dressed as a wizard in all of his pictures, like seriously.
How many dates did you go on that?
None. I never went out with anybody. I've only been on 2 dates from online. One was this guy I dated for a long time, and the other one was another person from OkCupid. But yeah, eHarmony, and the only like writer they matched me up with was, no, maybe that was the wizard. It was, and yeah. So I was like, oh good, he's a guy. And he was 4'11". He was from Indiana. He lived in Indiana too. It's like this person didn't live anywhere close to me. It's like, is this what it's come down to?
Oh man, now I'm just picturing this 4'11" wizard in Indiana just waiting for love, and you're just denying him.
Well, the bigger problem is like as you move on in the communication process with eHarmony, like you get to know enough about the person where you could probably look them up online.
Sure.
So one person I looked them up and I was like, oh man, you are not who you're really talking about. That you are.
You're not the level of wizard I thought.
Yeah. Get back in there, but
you need to go back to Hogwarts, bro.
Yeah, so I tried that. I tried Match. I tried Plenty of Fish, which was just like the MySpace kind of dating.
So shitty.
Like, yeah, it just looks like shit, you know?
Yeah.
So and OkCupid I was off and on for a long time. I tried Tinder, but I was like, this is pointless because...
I want Tinder just to play with it.
Yeah, I downloaded it originally just to see what it was, and then I was like, this is dumb, and I deleted it. And another comic, actually, I'm not going to say who, swiped right on me. And I forgot that I had deleted it on my phone, but not on my iPod Touch. And so it was on another device, and I'd forgotten about it because it was like shuffled way back. And then he sent me a Facebook message like, hey, I swiped right on you, you haven't responded, sorry if it was awkward. And then I was like, what? And I realized what happened. I was like, you could have totally gotten away with this, and I wouldn't have known. But you just outed yourself. But I mean, it was nice that he tried to make it less awkward, because he's probably like, oh god.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, and then he just takes you on a date to Kohl's.
Yeah. You know these people, so why?
Or wait, is Tinder, do you go on dates on Tinder?
I don't know, I have that joke about it right now where the therapist that suggested Tinder to me, I was like, I thought that was supposed to be the hookup app. I don't know anybody who's gotten a relationship out of Tinder, and she just flipped out and was like, I have a bicycle date at 3 p.m. on Saturday because of Tinder. I was like, And I kind of couldn't go back because then it was like the whole session was me like backpedaling, like, yeah, I guess that could happen on Tinder. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
No, she's gonna meet a guy.
Yeah.
She's about to meet up with a guy who's about to have sex with her on a bike.
Well, I was saying like also biking together isn't really a date. The other person's already like trying to get away from you. So it's like that's not a date. Well, yeah, it's not a bicycle date isn't really a date, but yeah. So that one I just didn't. Okay, Cupid.
That sounds like an eHarmony date.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's like I'm proving that I don't want to have sex with you immediately by taking you out in the middle of the afternoon and doing something where we can't even like touch.
We're white as fuck right now. This is the whitest thing ever.
Was it a tandem bicycle? But yeah, I was on OkCupid off and on for the longest just because I like the way that you can search for people. I think is the best out of all of them.
Did you date at all in your shy period, or was that kind of?
I was kind of a serial monogamist actually for a really long time because I had boyfriends, but I date them for a really long time, and then when it ended, I just be like, oh fuck, I got somebody else.
Yeah. Because
like I wasn't used to being alone and doing stuff, and I was shy anyway, so it's hard for me to meet like new people. So yeah, I had boyfriends, but it was more like a thing. And then when I moved to the city, it was just like nobody. It seemed like nobody wanted to have an actual relationship or actually get to know each other. I was like, what? I don't know. I don't see the point because I'm just not like that. But I mean, I guess I felt like I was the weird one for not, just randomly dating more people. But I've just come to accept like this is not who I am. So
when you were serial dating, were you the dumper most of the time, or the dump? What your ratio was?
Oh no, my ratio was much better when I was a serial monogamist. I was the dumper almost 100% of the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think 100% I was. And then, now it's reversed. Kind of. Or it's like, I'll bring it up if the person's like, I was the one that was more interested in that person than they were in me, so it's like, it kind of feels like I got dumped anyway. But it was just like, because I was the one that kind of got rejected, but...
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did like my first two girlfriends I broke up with, and then I think I cursed myself. So like,
I know,
it's like then I had just like a straight streak of getting dumped. So let's see. Alright, so we talked about online dating.
Yeah.
And your serial monogamizing the nations.
Yeah. It's like those people I get like one person I'm still really good friends with from that period. Now I'm friends with his new girlfriend too, but
what's that like?
It's not that weird actually. The other person, because he's had other girlfriends before, the other people seem to think it's weird at first, but we've just known each other for so long, and like we went to Michigan together, University of Michigan, and we've known each other for so long. It's just like not an issue to us. But his new girlfriend is really cool about it. She's really nice. So it's not that weird actually.
Yeah, because I think about that because I've never really had to deal with that. So I'm curious how that is, because like, my ex before this one, I haven't talked to her since she broke up with me.
Oh yeah.
So and like,
it's like sometimes you're curious what the person's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering. Yeah, I've never really had to have that situation where I got to be friends. Like me and my ex, my current ex, have like talked about the fact that we want to be friends. But I think about like, what's that like? Like, am I gonna get real mad if I'm somewhere and she's somewhere with a guy?
I mean, if you try to do it too soon, in my experience, it never works. But you have to have like, for it to work with the person I'm friends with now, it's like, okay, we need like 3 to 6 months of just like no contact. We're getting used to not being in each other's lives, and then we can try and be friends again. And we did that, and it worked.
That's cool.
And so yeah, it's just like you have to get used to not relying on each other, and it's like kind of you have to wait for the other person to get over it. But I think it can be done.
Well, has there been one where it hasn't worked?
Where I tried to be friends with him and it didn't work out. I would have been friends with probably my first serious boyfriend afterwards, but he was like, I don't do that. He wasn't. Now, although I have spoken to him a couple of times since, and we're on good terms, it's just like, whatever. And, I mean, yeah, I guess there have probably been a few disasters where it's like we either end up being back together or, somebody gets their feelings hurt or wasn't as over as they thought they were, but I can't think of any ones that were especially terrible.
Okay.
Not any more terrible than regular life. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So with was serial dating your way of coping with a breakup, or like what's your like?
Oh, what my origin story is.
Or like, what's your? Oh yeah, if you want to talk origin stories.
Oh no, I just mean like I didn't have any self-esteem really when I was younger for most of the time, and I also thought that like my parents are kind of quieter and keep to themselves. They don't really have any friends, so like I didn't really see adults being friends with other adults very much.
Yeah.
And so that idea was bizarre to me, and I thought that you were supposed to like go to college and like meet the person you were gonna marry there, and then you got married, and then that was it.
Right.
And then when that didn't happen, I was like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do now? But yeah, it was just that I didn't like being alone, and didn't have much self-esteem, so I would just take crap from people and like rationalize it to myself. And then, yeah, I just didn't, I didn't really have the confidence to like get out there, like make my own friends and stuff, and do all that for a long time. So that was it was just a loneliness I was avoiding, basically. Yeah.
Is that what so have you changed now? When you realize like, oh shit, it's college and I haven't met somebody that I'm gonna marry yet.
Yeah.
Do you feel? Is it different now? Is that what you're still thinking about, or?
No, I'm not. I don't really think that way anymore. The only thing is like I feel like dating is so stressful for me because like you never really know what the other person's thinking. Right. There's so many weird like gray areas. I feel like in rules like should I be texting this person? I don't know. Like I can't like.
Right.
Or is that like weird? I don't know, but it's more like now that I just don't. I find the process so stressful that I like wish I would meet somebody just so I don't have to do it again.
Right.
But it's not like it's not like oh I'm gonna die and I don't ever get married, or if I I mean it would suck if I never had a boyfriend, but I don't think that's gonna happen. That sounds very unlikely.
Yeah.
But if I don't think of marriage and stuff that way anymore really.
Yeah, this has been kind of the first point in my life because I was engaged once, and that was like I was 21,
Ooh,
I think 22.
That's young.
Yeah. So because I was like super into that idea of like getting married and stuff, and then that ended, and then like a year and a half later or whatever, I was in the relationship that just ended recently.
Wow.
And we had talked about it a lot about getting married because we were getting, but now it's like I look at from like being like 19, 20 and like wanting to get married to now like I'm like I'm older and stuff. It's like this is the first time in my life. This is around the time when people start usually getting married.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm finally okay with not doing it.
I'm thinking about, exactly. I'm thinking about, this is like the first time in my life where I'm like, I don't give a shit right now.
Yeah.
But, like I just want to be happy first.
Yeah, that was what I came to realize too. I was like, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm happy. It just means that, But I felt like, I feel like there was something wrong with me if I didn't, have a serious boyfriend or get married by a certain age. And I'm like, no, like not really.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So wait, so you guys talk about being married? That sucks.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were together for 3 years, so
so for a while it's like
we lived together, and so like it was one of those things where obviously, and I think me taking stand up more seriously didn't help.
Yeah.
Because around that time when we were talking about it, it was like, hey, I'm about to get back into this thing where, I might be gone a lot, and I'm going to be out late, and we might not hang out as much.
Yeah, and it feels like it's backwards, kind of.
Right, and, and she's starting to look at, like, we're getting a little older, it's not like we're in our early 20s where it's ridiculous to think about getting married.
Yeah.
So, it was definitely my fault in terms of if she was starting to have uncertainty about that. It was definitely because of me. But now that I've gotten past that, I'm like, I'm not going to worry about that for a while.
You can't force that, or else it doesn't end well.
Right.
But how old are you again?
Me?
Yeah.
Now? 27.
Oh, okay. I'm 28. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's right. We're at the same time. Yeah.
Just a couple pieces of shit.
I know. It's weird. No. I feel old, but people are like, time in the world. I'm like, well,
Right.
Says you. I don't know. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 20 now, like 40-year-olds are having the time of their life, so we're like teenagers to them. So.
Yeah, and it's more acceptable now. I feel like than even like maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'll just be an old dad.
Yeah. Old dad. Science will allow it.
Yeah, science will. Yeah, I'm fully. Yeah, I was born to be an old dad. Everybody's born to be an old dad.
Your dad can't play soccer with us, like Kevin's dad.
So is comedy a coping mechanism, do you think?
Yeah, but I mean, I think it would have been, it would have been whatever my passion was, but it was more like because I never thought I wanted to do something in comedy, but I didn't know how to do it, because I lived in the suburbs here till I was 14. I moved to Michigan, I went to high school and college there, and I knew I wanted to be a writer, but for a while I was trying to write like serious fiction.
Right.
It just wasn't really happening, because I kept writing things that were like suspenseful or thrillers, and I always loved The Onion, and I always really wanted to write for The Onion or something like that. I just didn't know how. So I moved back here, I like started taking the writing class at Second City, and I think I'd only ever watched stand-up once. It was like Dave Chappelle, Kill 'Em Softly, and I really didn't watch it otherwise, and so Rita Kahn was in my Writing 2 class, and she invited me to go watch Three Dead Moose.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like right when it first started, and I remember it was Memorial Day weekend, so the next day nobody had to go to work. So it just went until 2, and it was just like a murderer's row of like Kenny DeForest, like Jeff Steinbrenner, Megan Gailey, Lisa Traeger. And I went up and I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to do this. But I had like terrible stage fright most of my life, and then finally after the injury and stuff, I was just like, I don't have to lose, so I'm going to try it, one more time. Because I tried it once, like 4 times, and it didn't go well. But yeah, I got back into it. But so I guess it's a coping mechanism, yeah, but it's also like that's just my passion anyway, kind of.
Yeah.
And I feel like whatever you found to be your passion would have been that, but...
Just put yourself into it.
Yeah, but the community and just the social aspect of it helps a lot. Just like, there's something to do every single night, so...
Yeah.
You can always get out of the house.
Yeah, you can always get away from stuff.
Yeah. Kohl's.
Yeah, Kohl's. Yeah, or you just go use Kohl's as your confessional.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Some people do it. Was it a coping mechanism for you, or?
Yeah, I mean, because I think I've been writing some of the most honest stuff, because I've kind of avoided the whole, like, I'm a piece of shit kind of thing, but I'm being more honest without just being like, I ate hot dogs for breakfast. And I mean, but writing material about this breakup, like, I was writing material within, like, 24 hours of pretty much of it happening. Well, I would say it wrote itself because I accidentally used her Grubhub account. And
what about?
So there was a joke I'm doing.
Where'd you order from?
Roots. I got an Italian beef sandwich.
I know where that is.
Yeah. The funny thing is that Roots is a Quad Cities style pizza place, and that's where Max is from. That was like the first food I ordered after us breaking up, but it was a good beef sandwich. So
yeah, I like that place.
But now she knows that I was sitting on my couch eating a beef sandwich because it definitely sends the information to whoever's account that is.
Yeah.
So
your beef sandwich is on the way.
She's like, oh, he's not doing well. Oh.
This was only one beef sandwich and not like...
Just one beef sandwich.
Yeah, not like a platter of stuff.
Well, she didn't see the other beef sandwiches that I ordered after that.
Yeah. It's neither here nor there.
Here, let's do one more thing. Do you want to do a one-liner about a relationship?
None of my dating material works, really.
No, do one.
Hold on, let me think. Well, I wrote one about this past guy I was dating that doesn't really work that great, but it was probably the first thing I wrote after we broke up, and it was like, if your Facebook profile picture is a selfie of you wearing sunglasses, it's like you're wearing sunglasses indoors 100% of the time, and you think you look great doing it. Probably because you can't see very well. My ex-boyfriend had a profile picture like that, and he dumped me.
Oh, shit.
Probably because he couldn't see very well. So, am me tell that one again, actually.
That's good.
Yeah, so that was the first one I wrote, and I also wrote the one where it's like my biggest red flag when it comes to dating is when a guy says his favorite book is Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. Because that means he spent 8 months reading a doorstop, and he's an asshole about it. That wasn't about that guy, that was about some other people. But yeah, those were some of the ones that I wrote after he taught me. Do you have any good one-liners?
Yeah, dude, those are good.
Or do you have any good one-liners about?
I'm trying to think here. I'll tell one that I haven't really done a lot. I mean, I don't really necessarily do. Well, okay, here. So I have to update my emergency contact information at work because she's definitely still my emergency contact.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to take her off of it. I'm just going to add a note that says whoever has to call her in that event has to tell her that the only thing that would have saved me was her love.
Oh my god. Yes. So those little things that come back to bite you, like the emergency contact.
Oh yeah, that and like my bank account password is like her name.
Oh.
So it's like I have to go like
change that up.
I have to log into my bank account with her name and look at all the beef sandwiches I bought.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, cool.
Oh god. That sucks.
So you feel good about this?
Yeah, I feel good about it. Do you feel good about it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Got some good stuff. I'm doing a little Mark Maron.
Doing a little Mark Maron.
You feel good? You feel good?
Feel good?
That's my Mark Maron impression. I don't know why. I'm just doing that. Cool.
Cool.
You got anything you want to plug in the fort? Fort plug?
Oh, fort plug. I help produce Proxy Morons on Tuesdays at Belmont Poorhouse. It's at 8 p.m. It's free. I'm not performing there this week, but it's a great lineup. Chad Briggs is headlining, so you guys should check that out.
Chad Briggs is awesome.
Yeah, or if you're in a different part of town, I have a different show that night. I'm on Entertainment Chicago Live.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be doing that this season.
Those are my boys.
Those are your boys? Yeah. I'm going to get the Hungry Brain.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to stop by there.
Cool, well, you'll see me.
Yeah, so it's...
And those of you otherwise should go to the Poorhouse.
That's Hungry... The show is Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'll put that... Yeah, because this will probably be up Monday, so...
Oh, cool.
A little bit of time.
Awesome, cool. Thanks.
Abby.
Oh, yeah. I was looking up the people.
Fuck you, people.
Cool.
I get my high fives first.
Cool.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.